Yes! Yes, Arden, yes! It's time, bro. It's time. Bro knew exactly what I was doing, dude. Bro knew exactly what that meant. YouTube stream time, boy. YouTube live time. It's time for a YouTube stream. The real stream, dude. The real of the real, dude, as they say. No, no, no. Bro, the freaking teaser better come out tonight, bro, I swear. I'll be mad if it doesn't. I'm actually gonna be upset, dude. It's very tense, is it? Is it though? Good morning, yo, good morning, bro. What's good, YouTube stream? What's good in the neighborhood, dude? We've been live for... Dang, we've been live for half an hour? What? Holy freak, how was the time flowing that fast, dude? God dang. What the heck? That's kind of concerning. What the freak? Also, is my display set to never being off? Oh, it is. What the heck? Interesting. I feel like the music sounds better with you. Guys, who's ready for the anniversary month? It's coming very soon, dude. Very, very soon, man. Very soon indeed. This guy's his guardian here camping. Why? We're gonna send my RC right in the spot here. After we kill the single, of course. And maybe we'll send like this. I was gonna do Skelly, but the mono, or the, what do you call it right there? Oh, I couldn't kill the Skellies, no. Rip. Can I do like one of these here? Like one Inferno Dragon and kill the Guardian? He's dead. Nice, dude. Oh, really? Sadly, I couldn't use 2 Rocket Loons for this, but... Oh, is the... This August still gonna get the town hall? Wow. It actually did. Crazy. How nice is that, dude? Some would say real nice. Some would say real nice, and I would say very nice. Oh, how did the Ice Golem come out? Oh, it's because I threw the Headhunter in there. God dang it, man. Why? Freaking Ice Golem. You freaking Ice Golem, dude. Tricky little fellow. Deciding to come out of his little castle, huh? Safida Castle, as they say. Get it? Because that's the clan name of the enemy. Get it? And he came out of the clan castle. How did you get skills like that? Bro, I'm just so good, dude. This base is maxed, by the way. What do you think they should add to walls to make them more useful? Trapped walls. They could add electric walls, barbed wire walls. What's big, especially as a Comic-Con that you guys are talking about with Shock Jaden? It's a good question. It's a good question, bro. Who's to say he wasn't the only special guest, dude? Who's to say? Who's to say, dude? I feel like it's like hitting an ant with the nuke. Why? That base is max, by the way. Oh, my star bonus. I need to get my I'm just gonna put all Skywagons here, but I'm never gonna use nothing else, right? Gonna edit this to have Skywagons here. Because there's literally no reason I should never use it, right? Do. Do do do. Do do do. Do do do. Do 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 do. Do 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 do. Banana. Banana. Holy. Where's my minion prince at? I see it. At first I didn't see it. Then I saw it. It's revenge shower is revenging all over me, dude. Why? Why? Can I freeze this? Should have froze the end.
6-7.
6-9. I'm glad he didn't get TOS and Jaden pulled his pants down. Yeah, that was crazy, bro. Terry's PR trained like a good boy. No leaky, dude. No leaky, dude. Know what they say? Gotta make sure. Gotta make sure no leaky. It's a hard job, man, especially when you stream every day. You get asked a lot of questions. You get asked a multitude of questions, dude. You know, sometimes the questions are good. Sometimes the questions are not so good. But that's how it is, man. Luckily for me. PR trained, bro. PR nader. Never fails. Never fails me, dude. Let's do the next star bonus here. Then I'll do the rest of the board. Man, I heard Legend League was hard, though. I actually do want to sign up. No lie. It's kind of nice to hear. It's real nice to hear, dude. Why am I tryharding on this guy? The freak? Like looking where I... Holy. I'm like looking where I want to send my, my army. Holy. Too busy talking about ranked. I think I'm playing ranked, dude. This is all the bases look to me on a daily basis, bro, when I'm playing ranked, by the way. It's too easy for me. I don't want to make everyone look like they're bad, so I just don't play ranked to save everyone else, you know? I'm just a nice guy. I'm just a kind guy, dude, you know? I do it so I can make sure the rest of the players feel happy when they're playing this game. That's how nice I am, dude. I don't want to let anyone get their ego hurt. I'm like, you know what? But every time I'm attacking a base, this is how it looks to me. It looks like a progress base to me. Kappa. God, I might even cloth. Yeah, it's true. New Judo Q. Yeah, I'm gonna watch it shortly. The new Judo video. We will be watching it very shortly. I just want to like let the stream play for like a few before I just get like right into reacting, you know? If you get what I'm saying. If you know what I mean. It gives me like some time to do my war attacks or whatever else I gotta actually pay attention to in the game, and then when I'm doing that, I'll just probably yeah, I would just do like some farm attacks or something like really easy, you know? Something that doesn't really require too much attention of mine. Wow, dude. Upgrade the thrower, upgrade the root rider. The decisions, guys, that I have to make in life. I'm just gonna upgrade the Yeti. Well, I can actually use this Book of Fighting, though. Okay, no, I can't. Ooh. Why? Last base. Just go win, bro. No scouting needed for this guy. Maxed out base, by the way. This guy's fully maxed, dude. Damn, bro, the Duke taking 1,000,000 damage. Imagine I actually fail on him though. Oh, I forgot to poison the fire mites. Holy thrower, dude. Throw in like the thrower. Why? Oh, no. Fire mite's killing me. Nah, nah, nah. Go better to see your blacks. Hey. Interview's pretty aggressive, is it? Man. Aggressive, man. I'm scared, dude. I'm scared of this interview. I am. Did you catch up on this month's qualifiers? Nope. I did not. I only watched 2 attacks out of the whole entire thing. It was the no warden hit, and there was another attack. And that was it. I have not actually. Were there some good attacks or what? I heard there were some solid attacks, but I did not watch all of them. Bro, not the freaking wall jump bug, dude. Hate that bug. Wado. Wado. Holy NATO, man. Why? Why? Why, Ben? Why? Why? Using a layout to use last month that performs crazy well in ranked. I went and copied. I'm gonna copy all the what do you call it? Zeus layouts and just run them in ranked next month. It's gonna be easy peasy, dude. I'll be able to promo easy. That's my plan. They all got posted by the official channel. That means everybody's gonna be using them, so maybe that's not the smartest thing to do. Maybe. Maybe not. Who knows, dude? Maybe that's the meta. Multiple layers of walls at one time between, have the log constantly jumping. Make it totem proof. Well, the bug only happens sometimes, though. Watching an Eastward being an Eastward caster. Why? What's up, Sue Deep? Sue Deep leaking. Sue Deep, why are you leaking, bro? Why? Why though? So when I can listen to the top screen of your stream on my TV? What do you mean top screen? What? Good afternoon. Why? Story this month is more the bases. RPG use like 3 layouts for the entire tournament. Nobody could triple it after seeing it 20 times in a row. Dang. So they just kept using the same ones. I remember last year during the Clash combo thing, General X was like, he was like the same. He was like, yeah, they didn't 3-star the base, so I'm just gonna run it again. I mean, why burn another base, you know? Low key. Kind of makes sense when you think about it, I guess. In a way. In that case, the totem bug didn't happen. It only happens sometimes. Doesn't happen every time. Only sometimes. Do 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 do. Only sometimes, not every time. Said it's a go tear me. Check Twitch whispers, boy. Check the whispers. Auto. Guys, if I play ranked, I'm gonna switch my my army to Fireball. How about that? Is Fireball even usable? Apparently it's not. I don't want to get wall rings though. Do 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 do. Fireball's garbage, is it? Mr. Czar, bro. Czar's back from his ban, dude. Holy, welcome back. Welcome back, dude. Well, well, well. Well, well, well. Oh, should I pick wall rings here, maybe? Ooh. Ooh. I'm gonna use this. Go here. I'm not gonna pick wall rings, bro. What am I talking about? What am I saying, dude? Am I crazy or what? Must be. I must be a little crazy. Guys, time to switch back to E-Drags and ranked or what? Loki, what's the base layout like? Or base meta like? I wonder. And what's it like? Happy birthday, yo, thanks, bro. Thanks, man. Fireball's still good if you know how to do it. Gets overshadowed now with the Thor 7 Dragon Spam. But does it take too much skill? If so, I don't want to do it, Kappa. If it takes too much skill, dude, I don't want to do it. What about E-Drags? Nobody's running E-Drags, right? About to switch to E-Drags again, dude. This could be my time. That E-Drag buff, dude. Maybe it did something to me. For you, this goes too much. What, Fireball or E-Drags? When will the new season skin be showcased? Soon, bro. E-Drags are so good in ranked, are they? Really? And you're not lying to me, right? And you're not telling me a lie, right? Did you give the popsicle in San Diego this guy? Shut up. I was locked in, bro, when I was there. The only thing that happened is I only got things. Nothing was given. I actually got so much merch though. It's kind of fire. What's my best strategy? Well, I guess Dragon Riders, because that's all I've been really using, but I'm sure I can make a lot of things work. If I wanted. Who knows, man? Maybe E-Drags are calling me, though. I kind of would want to do it just for, like, the meme, you know? Because nobody's doing it. Just for, like, the sake of the meme, you know? Use it in Legend 3. Oh, did you? Interesting, dude. Interesting. Real interesting. Who knows, man? This is my time to shine, do with E-Drags again. Auto. I'm gonna use this exact farming army in Legend League. You guys think it'll work or no? You guys think this army would work in Legend League or not, dude? Oh my god, this out of sync error. Jeez, dude, what's causing this? Wish I knew what was causing this bug so I can stop doing it. It's like every time I get out of an attack. Break. Wado. You guys think this farm army would work or not? In Legend 1 too, in Legend 1, not Legend 3. This probably would actually work in Legend 3. To be honest. They probably would. No lie. No TTS, by the way? Why no TTS? Yo, Aces
On your
with
hand,
100 bits.
anything works. Cap a grinning, squinting face.
Okay, which is delayed. Yo, Aces with 100 bits. Thanks for the 100 bits, bro. Holy. Yeah, it's true, bro. Guys, Loki, I should just sign up for ranked for the heck of it, dude. That'd be kind of fun. Loki, I kind of want to just do it for the fun of it, bro. It'd be kind of fire. Imagine I just, like, promote. Promote on the first go. Holy. You took a launcher, but just had shown its true potential yet because it's hated. Oh, it got shown its true potential at the beginning of this year. But it got, like, the totem nerf, though. Dragon Riders and E-Drags. Alright, dude, I'm not signing it for ranked anymore after that. How many attacks is it in Legend 2, though? 24, I think. I think it's 24, right? Something like that. E-Drag doesn't work in Legend 2 or 1? You think so? You think so or you know so, though? Really? Bro, I'll make it work, just like Aces said, dude. Anything works in my hand. Anything will work in my hand, dude. Are you doubting me? Right now, it sounds like you're doubting me a little bit, dude. Are you doubting me? Don't doubt me, dude. I'll sign up right now. I'll sign up to Legend League right now, dude. Say I won't. You think I won't, dude, or what? Think I'm bluffing? Think I'm bluffing or what, man? Because I will. I ain't playing. I ain't playing.
So we're in Barbarian League. All right.
Skeleton League. Esqueleto League. I don't want to see my hero struggle and fail. Don't sign up for Legend League. Bruh. Why? Why though? How many attacks did though? 24? Oh. How many attacks in Legend League 2, bro? Tell me. Don't gatekeep it from me. Don't gatekeep from me, guys, please. I want to know genuinely. Which hero cosmetics are coming? I don't know. I don't know yet. I wish I knew. I wish I knew, but I don't know. Sadly. But I will know soon, though. The new season will be revealed very soon. 24? 24, huh? Really? New Halo's out? Oh, is it? Is it good? Have you been playing it or what? Is it on Game Pass or no? Maybe I renew my Game Pass, dude. It might be time. Might be time to renew that Game Pass, dude. Why though? That collector's about to be done too, like very soon. Oh really? Oh really? Keep checking this account here. I think I can remove my Tunnel 9 from the list now. This is gonna be done soon. Sad I didn't get promoted at Legend 2. I did well on my attacks, but I got destroyed at defense. Still need to max my defense. Damn. Rip, dude. Rip indeed. Ripperoni indeed, man. New Gear's multiplayer beta starts on the 6th of August. Ooh, I'm about to lock in for that, low-key. Low-key, I'm about to lock in for that. I can claim this stuff. Don't mind if I do, dude. Don't mind if I do, dude. Hopefully you don't mind. Hopefully none of you mind, man. Oh, really? Oh, yeah. Oh, yeah, dude. Guys, low-key, I kind of do want to sign up for ranked, man. Just like on a whim. I'm actually kind of tempted, bro. You get a Game Pass so you can run a Halo co-op? Ooh. I might. I might. Low-key. Oh. I might, dope. This here. This. Let's do. Oh. This. Ooh. Nice. I need to write this. Ooh, what about this one? Yeah, I actually might though. Happy birthday, bitch, your birthday. Mine's the 28th. Oh, it's not my birthday today. Wait, did I put that as the description? Happy birthday. Yeah, I just put happy birthday, but it's not my birthday. But happy birthday though. Holy. Bring back 5 versus 5. Oh, did you enjoy it? What about the mismatches though? I'm hungry, man. Time to order some Wingstop, dude, for National Wing Day. Bro, now I actually want to sign up for ranked, dude. Guys, now I actually do want to sign up for ranked, bro, low-key. Why, man? Nah, we gotta watch the Judo video, dude. We gotta watch the Judo video, guys. Cope time. I'm gonna keep an eye on this though. Plus I have like potions going. Bro, I actually do want to low-key sign up though. Just to get to Legend League 1. I think I'm gonna sign up tomorrow though, so I can actually do all my attacks though. Because otherwise I would spend like a long time doing the hits and I wouldn't even watch the Judo video at all. To be honest, because I'm not planning on streaming past yeah. I was gonna go on an account, I forgot which one though. Just literally wrote it down too. What the freak, man? All that aggression can spill over into the stream. Don't yell at me. Don't yell at me, papi. No yelly. When are you gonna release the new season skin videos? Soon, bro. It's always like on the last day of the month. You will see soon enough, dude. Don't worry. It's usually on the last day though. So, just so you know. Bro, is it me or is this music like loud as hell? This music's low-key loud as hell, bro. Holy shoot. Alright. Shut up. Shut up. Alright. This is the OP setup right here, boys. Ready? You ready or not, dude? If you're not ready, then too bad. This is the 4th one. Global chat A/B testing in the future of events. Judo slot talks number 4. Cosmetics, global chat, A/B testing, and magic snacks. Nice, dude. All right.
I've taken community questions. Some you may like, some you may
All
not
right,
like.
dude.
What is the deal with A/B testing?
Do we need A/B tests if people are so positive about
I was
something
grinding
that we do?
Tarkov.
Players aren't going to be like, yes,
No,
another
it was
A/B
good,
test,
bro.
fantastic. The easy decision is just to not do it. Let's avoid
Insane
all
fried
this
onion
headache.
circles.
Let's not do the A/B test. But we push forward because we genuinely.
Is this gonna be like a sneak peek situation or just season crafted defense? What do you mean? Well, you'll know about the stuff that's coming. There will be sneak peeks for the crafted defense. There will be.
We believe it's in the
course,
long-term
yeah.
interest of the game.
Like
Ever
always.
since the ranked casual split, this has freed us up to do more in the loot mode. Mama Pekka, the base is all raised, or all your defenses are down for the day.
I'm thinking like mass skeleton bat spells to fry your servers again.
We really want to make events more novel and feel fresh. That's something we have not been doing a good job of recently. But that will
True.
be changing. Let's
True.
see if players are interested in exclusivity. The Shadow Samurai was like crazily successful.
Let's move to global chat to finish off then. Why bring it back after all of this time?
Doing this journey with others is how we think Clash is best enjoyed. And there's so many people in the game that are essentially playing it by themselves.
But naturally, a question was, why can't we have like one huge global chat?
We can do that, and maybe we will do that.
Not gonna lie, this is probably my favorite episode, guys. To be honest with you.
David, thank you so much for joining me again this year.
Thanks for having me back. Appreciate it.
Seems like
Well, the gold badge is
yesterday
available
that we
early.
did these
It's always available.
last year, but I'm excited to discuss events. Obviously, being the live ops manager for Clash of Clans, I've taken community questions and have all of the event style ones
Yeah.
for yourself. Some you may like, some you may not like. So let's dive straight in where there was probably most questions, I would say, and that is regards to A/B testing. What is the deal with A/B testing?
Yeah, I guess like to take a quick step back, like the reason we do A/B testing is for the long-term interest of the game. We know.
By the way, guys, I want to say, when it came down to asking questions for A/B testing, David was the one that I was asking a lot of questions to.
Then in the short term,
So he
it's
knows.
like players aren't going to be like, yes, another A/B test, fantastic.
David's a cool
We
guy,
understand that, but we push forward with it because we genuinely believe it's in the long-term interest of the game. And the reason we believe that is that, and as maybe the viewers already know, but like A/B tests allow us to unambiguously know if something is having an impact or not. In Clash, we have so much things happening. Numbers are going up, numbers are going down. And A/B test allows us to say, hey, it was this thing that drove that positive result or negative result. And the positive result usually in this case is based around retention in some way. And why this is important is because there's only so many things we can do as a team. There's only so many actions we can take. And A/B tests allow us to say, oh, this action, because of a previous A/B test, is like more sure to like hit that kind of longer term goal that you have. And so that's really important because without that, we're just kind of guessing, we're going off vibes. And that's not kind of the direction we want to go in terms of like growing the game in the long term. We want to be a game that's around 20, 30, 40 more years. And the only way we'll get there is to make the
20, 30, 40 more years, huh?
right choices with the
This is another episode, Brady.
limited amount of time that we have.
Is
of
Hammer
course,
Jam
there's lots
coming? Maybe.
of nuance to A/B testing.
Maybe.
Like
That's
you
like
could
not
argue
until
that,
like months
hey,
away
there's
though,
been
bro.
so much
Lock in.
conversation around it. The people are in clans. People have multiple accounts. Does that like make
the
A/B
data?
Yeah, does that like pollute the data? And of course, we're looking into that. We have a very good experimentation team at Supercell that kind of take all this into account. And we have looked at it in the context of the most recent A/B tests that we've done. And from what we've seen so far, like in terms of like the spillover effect, it doesn't seem like it has impacted the validity of these tests. Of course, it's a very complex thing, and maybe we just haven't looked deeply enough. So far, we haven't found any reason to believe that like a lot of the conversation around the topic has led to the results not being valid. And maybe one more nuance is that, again, you could argue that do we need A/B tests if people are so positive about something that we do, or if there's like some sort of proxy metric, is that not good enough in terms of like this other retention metric that we're trying to move? And again, that's also not easy to like make that connection. And there's other kind of like guardrails, like there could be other negative things that are happening that could be caused by this other thing. And so it's very like complicated, and A/B test just allows us to remove the ambiguity and be more certain about things. But having said that though, that doesn't mean we need to do A/B testing on everything. Sometimes ambiguity is just we have to live with that, and that's okay as well. But when there are opportunities to do A/B testing, I think it's good for us and it's good for the long-term success of the game that we take them.
So a couple of things there then. You said the A/B tests allow you to take action, like to do actionable things. Are you talking there like if you see a particular type of event is successful, you can double down on that and do more of that? That's kind of what you implied in the blog post that was released. Is that what you mean by
Yes.
the action?
Exactly. And let's maybe take an example. We did some A/B testing with the troop injections most recently. And so the first time we did one of those was I think with the Electro Dragons. Really like positive
Your After
signals
Class
from
anniversary?
the community. Everyone loved it. but it wasn't like super clear if this was having a positive impact on like
Yo, thanks for
retention.
the 6-7,
It
Samuel.
wasn't super clear if there was some maybe negative impacts of this because players are getting resources like so easily and in such a high amount. And maybe it's so easy that players like forget how to do an actual battle, or they just wait for these troop injection events to come along before they do an attack. So there's a lot of open questions still. So before we can take
Bro, that's
more,
such a good question right there, by the way, that I keep talking about constantly, dude. I literally keep mentioning this right here, by the way. Yo, Sammy with the uncle. Yo, thanks for the uncle, bro. Holy.
players like forget how to do an
This
actual
right here.
battle, or they just wait for these troop injection events to come along before they do an attack.
That right there, guys, in my opinion, matters so much more than any other question. I feel like will be not any other question that'll be asked in here, but that is one of the most important questions, guys, in my personal opinion. You want to know why? That question, I'll play it again just in case you guys didn't hear it.
Actual battle, or they just wait for these troop injection events to come along before they do an attack.
They wait until these troop injections come on before they do an attack. Guys, I've said this several times. I think it's great to have events and stuff like that, but I truly feel like in order to make Clash of Clans more successful than it is, and to truly truly have like real, I don't know, like real, meaningful, insane, organic, the keyword is organic growth too, is by having the game fun to play regardless of what the event is, you know? Because like right there saying like waiting for mass event troops to come out and then you want to feel like farming, or then you want to feel like playing, like it's good to look forward to events, but if that's all you're looking forward to, then it comes down to the point where you can make the case where it's not fun. Simple as that, dude.
So there's a lot of open questions still. So before we can take,
I feel like it's
more
just as simple as that, guys.
action and doubling down on this sort
Maybe
of
that's a
event,
hot take,
we
but
said, hey, if we do an A/B test and we kind of figure out for sure if this is having a positive impact on retention and we don't see any sort of negative consequences, this allows us to go further. And so in May, when we did it for the troop injections, we do see very promising results. Like we don't see these kind of risks that we thought we might, and we do see positive impacts on retention. And so now that kind of allows us to move forward with it. So we probably won't do more than, we'll do 1 or 2 a month. That's probably the cadence. But now the next step is like, okay, what about spells? Like that's another angle. Spells is very different because while troop injections are very spam friendly, spells are like
Brady,
you need to
bro.
be engaging with the battle throughout. So it's a different
Controversial.
angle. But all of this is kind of like scratching the surface. So the bigger kind of vision of this is that ever since the ranked casual split, this has kind of freed us up to do more kind of crazy things in the loot mode. And what we're seeing now are kind of like proof of concepts for what we could do more of going forward. So again, troop injections, spell injections, they're great, they're fun, but the greater vision is to do something even more crazy in battle mode and more novel, and allows us to do more novel things more regularly. And A/B tests like what we did in May kind of just unlocks us to be able to do that.
Oh, and I can't press you for any teasers on that then.
No, let's leave it there.
I'm thinking like mass skeleton bat spells to fry your servers again, like the.
bro, I think the master events guys are generally good, but I'm telling you, bro, like don't get me wrong, I really do like the master events, but I don't know how to say it, dude. I feel like
The mass furnace.
Yes,
pausing.
yes. Like we
this is the
always
one I
tried
paused
to
on the most.
push it to see how far we could go, and
Yeah.
100 furnaces was the limit. We figured out.
I will say on like just some of the things you were touching on, and just to clarify, so you were saying, like, you know, obviously looking at is there any negative impact? You
Multiple
are looking
sieges.
for positive impact in retention, but I know from certainly
What do you know about the new season?
the
Nothing
more
yet?
active player base that are on social media and things like that, it was, like you said, very well received. Is qualitative data like that not a big enough signal? Like, as long as you aren't seeing the negative, even if you don't see positive, right? Because like those players are already engaged. This isn't going to make or break if they're going to churn from the game. But just the fact that they enjoy the game more, is the qualitative aspect of it part of the decision
too
making?
much of
Like,
a
how
good
much
thing?
does that weigh versus when you're talking about the data and looking at numbers? How much are you taking into account qualitative
That's
stuff
true,
as
but
well?
what does that
It's a
even
big
mean,
part of
though?
it. If the number is just set to do just one thing, but then the quality data didn't back it up, that is also a signal not to do things. So the fact that these things
Dinosaur in the
both back
background?
each other up is like super promising.
That's the them for walls.
And also, like, again,
is, though.
for the army, the troop injection stuff, we were able to see that actually it had even better impacts on people that were in like Town Hall 11 to 13. And so probably the players that are less vocal in socials. And so this is another kind of nuance that we were able to kind of like point out because we did this test. We're like, oh, wait a second, like there's actually groups within our player base that this is actually more positive for. And this groups within our player point out because we did this test. We're like, oh, wait a second, like there's actually groups within our player base that this is actually more positive for. And this allows us to kind of see that. But qualitative data for sure is super important. A lot of the time it can be enough for sure. But if there's an opportunity to like really understand if this is positive for retention, A/B test is a way to go. There's stuff that we would not A/B test for sure. I think a good rule of thumb is...
Like what exactly?
Hammer Jam would be a good example. A good rule of thumb is, does this permanently kind of put the player at a disadvantage from a progression perspective? And so Hammer Jam is a perfect example of what we wouldn't do, because the way Hammer Jam is set up is like, you get your discount, new Town Hall drops. So even if we were to say, hey, the people that didn't get the event now, we'll give it to you in 2 weeks' time. Well, that player is like, well, the new content, Town Hall 18 or 19 or whatever the new Town Hall is, that's already dropped. So it will kind of be a permanent impact on that group. And the Builder Base event.
I was just about to say,
the Builder Base event
so okay,
was on the line. But the reason it's not the same as Hammer Jam is because we didn't plan, and we don't currently plan to add new content to Builder Base. So as long as this player base that missed out, we give them the discount later down the line, which we've already done now, they are not kind of left at a disadvantage. And of course, there's more nuance to it. You could be like, well, what if that player just didn't return to the game when they get it later? That's a fair point. But that's why Builder Base is different than the Hammer Jam example, because we don't plan to add new, at least right now, new content there.
I actually think that the Builder Base Bonanza could have been managed better because people knew there was an update coming around the corner. And this is feedback like me and a couple of other creators gave at the time. So like it set the expectation that maybe there was Builder Base content coming, because that's the routine of Hammer Jam, content drops. So I think having more consideration of what events are coming and when, and then clear communication to set expectations is important as well when it comes to some of these events. Yeah,
that's good feedback. We actually originally were going to call it Builder Base Hammer Jam, and it was actually feedback from some of the creators to say, that's definitely setting the wrong expectation. Yeah. So that's why we renamed it, because we didn't want to set that expectation. But
Builder Base Bonanza.
Yeah.
It was originally going to be called Builder Base Hammer Jam, though.
To be clear on the results that you're saying, and so like the troop injections, then going back to that, you said there was good results. You're comparing that to people that did not get the event. So the Town Hall 10 through 13, you were saying like the results of those were positive in comparison to the people that missed the event.
In comparison to the people that missed the event and are in the same Town Hall range.
Yes.
Yes. So you kind of compare apples to apples as much as possible.
So just being clear, like that when you're saying positive results, that's not like you're looking at all of the, it's data positive comparatively to the people that missed the event and got it afterwards. So my next question then was naturally what a lot of people were asking, and it sounds like the answer to this is yes. Can we expect A/B testing in the future? But I guess you can expand on that as to like where can we expect
There's no update coming, bro.
We'll definitely continue to do A/B testing, that's for sure. How we do it will definitely depend on the feedback that we get from players, and we'll definitely iterate depending on that. Some examples.
I guess the crafted defenses.
We could have on the variants of the medal event
when they go away,
and have different like progression variants. So one is easy, one is medium, one is hard. To understand what is like the optimal progression difficulty for medal events, because the way it's being balanced now is like finger in the sky sort of stuff. Like we don't know for sure if that's the optimal way to balance progression in those events. So that could be an example. We could have a couple of variants of the medal event, and even more interesting would be to see, okay, like is there certain cohorts of our player base that kind of react more or less positively to each of these variants? So like maybe there's like a less engaged group, and if you have an easier, they like the easier medal event, and now they kind of are more engaged because of it. That could be like something we'd want to look at, and that would be an example of something we would do going forward. And there's other stuff as well, like for example, we do these treasure hunts events, and the treasure hunt events could be like, it's like a 5-day thing, and every day you get like 3 chests or whatever. But maybe like a better option is it's a 3-day thing and you get 5 chests. So that could be another variant, like which is actually better for retention. So these would be interesting things to look into, because at the moment they're our best guess if they're the best thing to do, but maybe there's a better option. And I think these will probably be less controversial than maybe like the on and off versions. So
which is how I foresaw the A/B tests running of like testing variants, not like on or off.
Yeah.
But I guess on that note, is there, when you're saying trying to figure out cadence for different player groups, are you trying to then find a solution that's best for all? Or are you trying to find a solution that maybe tailors to the event? So the medal event might be slightly different to what you believe is more of the casual group that is not, or like a particular town hall range, or like, are you trying to tailor the events to player groups, or are you trying to find one overarching solution?
I think the former. I think ultimately the player base in Clash is so vast and broad that having like a blanket approach to events is not ideal. For example, we have clan-based events. There's some players not in clans or not in active clans. So them events are like invisible to that player base. There are players that are like really struggling to like get even 1 or 2 builders busy. So an event where you cut builder time, it's actually even worse for that player because it's even more difficult to keep up. Then on the other hand, you have players that have no problem keeping all their builders busy. So then if you have like resource injection related events, you're like, well, now I've even more time when I'm kind of waiting between upgrades. So there's such a vast group of our players in the game that ideally events are slightly more targeted to kind of address each kind of group. I think that's an ideal scenario. Like everything, there is nuance and there's like the other side of the coin. Like we don't want people to feel that, oh, I'm missing out on something or I'm being treated more unfair because I'm more active. And we ideally would find ways to mitigate that sort of sentiment. But that's generally the approach we should take. But like anything, there's nuance to it. So like we need to also keep that in mind.
One thing that literally just came into my head as you were saying that, so I'm going to say it anyway, and then we'll move on, like if it's a good idea, bad idea.
Yeah.
But when you're saying about people being like stuck with a certain amount of loot, that definitely is the case, especially people that they farm all of the walls straight away and then they're just kind of like ticking themselves over. But maybe like upgradable decos or something to be able to, like people like to swag and show how much loot they've gained. Right now you have like the 2 billion on your profile or something, but maybe like a deco that similar to the Clan Capital Treasury, put loot into and then the deco like upgrades and you can show off that you've put 500 million gold to get this deco to like the full capacity or something. Like that could be pretty cool actually.
100%. I think using cosmetics more, because there's a lot of different groups you can target with events, but sometimes when we have these events it can lead to like the end game player kind of feeling left out. That's like one of the groups that can really feel left out, and so having more cosmetics to appease that group while the other groups are getting more progression related things, which they need more of because they're not at the end game. The end game players, they don't need progression as much, but they would like prestige to say, hey, I got here first. I want to show you that I got here first. So stuff like the upgradable deco is a great idea along with other kind of cosmetics. Personally, I'm a maxed out player, so when Hammer Jam comes, I'm like, oh, it's great for everyone else, but what about me? But if in Hammer Jam there was like something for the maxed out player like that, and it was only available for the maxed out player, then I'm like, oh, I can't wait for Hammer Jam now because I get this advantage that the others don't get. But the others are happy not to get it because they're progressing quicker. So everyone's happy. And I think that's like the sweet spot we're trying to hit.
Speaking of medal events, they talk about the decrease of the number of medals. That's a good question because I'm wondering that too. Expect some friction about the topic. What friction though? Upgradable deca for a loot? Yeah, I've seen that idea a few times. Why isn't the next one scenery leaked, bro? Because we can't talk about leaks.
Yeah, because I sometimes see players that get like hundreds of millions in these Gold Rush events, and
you're look at this, bro. That's my bid.
Like, oh my god, like all of that went to waste. Like at least they could upgrade their deco. I mean,
made it into another Judo video. Let's go.
Swag points on your base, like trophy markers for you.
Wado.
Anyways, you mentioned the troop injection and how that, like, you saw positive results. Are you able to share any specific insights into those results, or maybe even something else of like a particular A/B test which has led to a positive change in the game for players?
Yeah, well, again, I think kind of as I alluded to a bit earlier, what we did with the troop injections in May, like I said, we saw good retention, like following month retention, for example, we saw positives there, and that's a very difficult metric to move. And like, this is great. So now we can, for example, there's a lot of feedback on, let's do the Mama Pekka. Let's have a troop injection for that.
Yep.
And we can almost do that. We just need to some like small little art stuff we might need to add. And it's much easier to make that request now because like everyone's busy with stuff, but making that request is easier because like, hey, we have these positive signals from the test, we have qualitative feedback of players wanting it. That's like the perfect combination of thing. So doing something like that is much easier now to achieve. But really curious to hear what players think in terms of like the next steps. Like you can have troop injections, then we can go to these spell injections, then we can have like both. Like for example, we were looking at Electro-Titan injections. That's fun. But then I'm like, oh, but the walls are, but then what about Electro-Titan injection with like a jump spell injection at the same time? So it's like, oh, great. Now it's slightly more strategic angle, still pretty spammy, but slightly more strategically spammy. And then even further down the line, like there is some stuff we've done before in terms of like army barracks turning into like wrestling rings, or we did some small stuff, I think in Clash Miss, where some of the buildings had like this fire aura around them. Or we did stuff before with like, I think in November last year, where like meteors fell on these buildings and disabled them. So like leaning into that as well. So not just spells, not just troops, but like what about if the whole base was like raged or
So did you see positive results from those, you think? Because, I mean...
Well, that's the thing.
You didn't A/B test those.
We didn't A/B test them, and also there was no positive.
I was going to say,
signal.
I don't think they were.
No.
Like,
there was no positive signal on the qualitative side. So the learning there was like, we still believe in this hypothesis that like if we do some crazy stuff in battle mode, that can be positive. But our takeaway there was that that just wasn't crazy enough. And so then we said, okay, what about like 30 Electro Dragons? Maybe that's pretty crazy. And that was pretty crazy, and that was pretty fun. And so now we're like, now the takeaway is like, okay, there is something in what we did before in the past, but it just wasn't enough. It didn't like impact the way you played enough.
It wasn't the right angle.
Yeah. But the stuff we see now kind of allows us, let's maybe go back to the hypothesis earlier and say, okay, well, maybe there's something in that, but we just need to push it harder. So stuff like, yeah, as I said, like the base is all raised, or maybe all your defenses are down for the day, or like just some kind of interesting stuff we can do for sure. Maybe like we could use controllable hero mechanic, but like in kind of the battle mode for like a day as an event, or you can use all your heroes in an attack for like a couple days in an event, which as we get more and more heroes, there's like there's more and more kind of opportunities for that. But as I said, like the A/B testing allows us to kind of more easily make the argument to do those things, because again, like there's so much things that we can do in the game. Everyone has great ideas of what to do, but if you have an idea of what to do and you can back it up with qualitative feedback,
that's not Mike, dude.
But also quantitative feedback, A/B testing, then it's like it's much easier to get that over the line.
I think it's that Mike.
My big thing when I spoke about this on my second channel was really the advertisement of them was my main like gripe, because Build-A-Base Bonanza was revealed in the season calendar, and then people prepared for it, whether it's time or even money or like whatever. I know they get it eventually, but like that wasn't stipulated, and the event is advertised for this date. So that was my main gripe with the A/B testing of like, if it's advertised, it should be delivered. It shouldn't be like this on-off thing.
Yeah, it's a difficult one. Like for example, the troop injection thing wasn't advertised. Yeah. But it still is a problem, because our player base is so active and they talk so much that if we advertise it or not, players are going to know about it. So there's two approaches. You can let people know so that, hey, this is what we're doing now, and this is the reason we're doing it. Or you can just like pretend that nothing's happened, and then people will just figure it out for themselves and be like, hey, why didn't they tell us about this? So
to me, I think you could utilize the in-game event more though, because on social media, if you use the Clash of Clans Twitter page, right, like you put out a season calendar, everyone that's in the active community looking sees that. Whereas, I don't know if you have the ability to do this, but I would hope that like if someone is not going to be included in a test, or it sounds like that's not going to be the case anymore, which is great, but if someone wasn't going
that's not what he said.
to be included in the test, they wouldn't see it in the in-game calendar. But you would then advertise the people in the in-game calendar that would see the event. So because it is important, like let's say the Build-A-Base Bonanza, it is important that you advertise it so people can prepare for it. And the 97% of people, or whatever it was, in the test shouldn't be like unable to prepare because it's a poor experience for those couple of percentage of people. But if you targeted it in game, then you're not like giving false hope.
Yeah, we do somewhat, like the event HUD only shows the people that are getting the event. But then like the calendar, that we shouldn't have included it there. But at the same time, like the number of people that actually see that is actually not massive. But again, we shouldn't have included it there.
Yeah. So in terms of, A/B testing,
I think I need to take a drink of Gatorade after that. My brain's getting fried, bro. I'm gonna be honest. My brain's getting fried right now. I'm getting fried up, dude. Like on a grill, dude. Literally fries. I'm gonna return the last time I played was 2015. Now I'm Town 11. I'm thinking of rushing Town 16 or 17. Any advice for me to do it or not? Because I think it's not possible to catch up otherwise. I think you can rush, but not that much. You can rush to maybe like Tunnel 13 to get the world champion, and then that's a good place to like kind of catch up and max up a little bit, and then go to like Tunnel 14. Focal Reddit players. For real.
Got a lot of other questions on events. I think we've covered a lot there. You've like given your justification of it. I acknowledge like where the frustration was, and hopefully we see improvements in those going forward. And at least we have like the rationale of like why they're done. Like I come from a science background, so I understand them. Like my biggest gripe was the on-off and the advertising. But talking about events specifically.
Yeah, maybe one more point before we move off A/B testing is like
terrible advice.
Again,
Always rush to TH18 as fast as you can to experience the real game.
About events specifically.
Yeah, maybe one more point before we move off A/B testing is like, again, I think I've said this even the last time we were here. Like we really do things that we believe are in the long-term interest of the game. No one thinks that players are going to love A/B testing. So the easy decision is just to not do it. Like just let's avoid all this headache and just not do the A/B test. But that's not the right choice for the long-term success of the game. We want Clash to be here for 50 more years. Like that's our
really rush down to 15 minimum, along with the heroes and some decent pets. Well, 13's good because if you're just returning from the game from Town Hall 11 to 13, you have to think, guys, like the person rushing from Town Hall 11 to 15, all their stuff's going to be low level, plus they're not going to understand how to attack. So that's why I'm really careful about how I recommend people rush, because Town Hall 11 to 13 is quite a big gap, plus scatter shots too. Like you have to think about it from the player's perspective, right? Like obviously from our perspective, like if we rush from 11 to 15, we already know everything, but if you're going from like 4 town halls, that's like quite a big gap. Like the chances of somebody 3-starring consistently after not understanding how to deal with like certain defenses is going to be very demotivating, you know? That's why like I think 13 is like a good point to like, you can skip Town Hall 12 because Town Hall 12 you don't really get anything. Town Hall 13 is good because you can get 4 hero slots, max up a little bit, then go to Town Hall 14, and you can max up a little and go to Town Hall 15. You know, I think it's better to like do it in parts unless you know what you're doing. If you're like returning to the game, it's going to be very difficult for you. You know, it's going to be very hard to like, I mean, I can do it because I know what I'm doing, but someone who's regularly like just playing, it's going to be tough. Like they're not going to be 3-starring much. You know, maybe they will if they're using like a hero potions and stuff, but it's going to be tough for a little bit.
Genuine goal.
You know,
and we have to make decisions that look to the long term. Even if the short term is painful.
Yeah,
but it doesn't matter though. After this, like I don't want to do that. I don't want to be running for 5K. That's not great. That's not a nice thing to look forward to. But I know it's good for my long-term health.
I mean, you can.
I see A/B testing as kind of a weird metaphor. But
I get the analogy.
I see it as like a similar thing.
Well, I would say as well that like honestly, I feel like a broken record talking about communication. But like I think communication on a lot of things from Supercell could be improved, and the fact of getting the events afterwards was important, so that like the control group didn't miss out. Like that's how, you know, we used to do things I worked in the hospitals, like your control group would still get the treatment afterwards in that case, but that could have just been communicated from the start and like avoided a lot of headache where people thought they were just full on missing out from the events, and that if it was communicated, if you don't see the events, you will get a chance to play them at some point. That would again avoid some of that headache. Yeah.
It comes also back to like the contamination point. Like it just kind of potentially makes the testing a bit more difficult if you do that.
Is that only for the super active players though?
Yeah, I think it is for only super active players. But you're right. Yeah, I think better communication on that will be the way forward for sure. Yeah,
I mean, it sounds like the future of A/B testing is a lot more known for the community now. Like it was more of
it's better for Town Hall 15 for sure. I agree 100%.
But the gold pass having
I mean, he's returning, so it's like
sounds like it's a lot more known as to like what the path for A/B testing
rough,
is.
you know?
Probably not as much of a shock moving forward, hopefully. So I do think that'll help. Back to my point on events, though. I know this is not necessarily being A/B tested, but a lot of people have picked up that the bonus medals have gradually been depleting as medal events have gone on. And now some players used to be able to get the equipment and an extra one of the decos. I know you get the free one in the track, but you could also get an extra one. And some players have noticed now I'm short of those because the medals have been depleting. Has that been well, I'm assuming it is a conscious choice, but like, why have the medals been going down?
Actually, it does also connect back to A/B testing. So
that's a real hard question.
Medals that are kind of reduced somewhat, they kind of come from the bonus track. And a bonus track, it like hits a relatively small number of players. So if we have this progression, then we're like, ideally we would give it to more players and the small number that hit the end of the track. And this is also in the context of like, we do get a lot of feedback about the game being very grindy, and arguably like a bonus track kind of leans even further into that. So with these two kind of feedbacks in mind, it's like, what about if we like distribute these medals in a different way? That number one, kind of get to more players, and number two is kind of better for our like engagement numbers generally.
That's true, but at the same time, they haven't redistributed the medals anywhere though.
The first steps we did was like, what about we put them in like the trader on a daily basis, and we did that. I think I forget when we did it, but we did it relatively recently.
Yeah, a couple of months ago.
From just looking at early numbers, it was like, oh, this looks pretty positive for retention. And so then in May we said, hey, let's A/B test this. So we A/B tested it, and only some players got the medals in like a daily kind of trader. And the A/B test suggested it actually has no impact on the engagement the numbers that we want. In fact, there's actually some negative signs there, which again is like such a good, important kind of use case of A/B testing. Because if we didn't do that,
I guess you would assume.
Yeah, and if we didn't do that, we're like, okay, let's just always like distribute it in that way. So now we're just like, okay, like how can we distribute these medals in a way that's best? And we used to do them on the Supercell store as well. Maybe we get back to that. But again, like it's a relatively small number of players that are on there. But still, there's good value in putting it there as well. So yes, we will. They'll be back.
Right.
Interesting, dude. Interesting. Bro, my brain is getting fried, guys. I'm not gonna cap, dude. My brain is actually getting cooked. I don't know why. Yo, fight thanks to the jewels, bro. Can't even get one of the starter pack either. Move the grind, just get the medals anyways. Yeah, they could just implement the medals into the regular track. For sure, dude. I agree. Well, they just like completely removed them like altogether. They didn't like redistribute them anywhere. So
we hear the feedback.
The depleting of medals is something that is like temporarily tested, and it just the aim is not to deplete the medals. It's just figuring out how best to top them up for the community.
Yes, that's a part of it. But also, like, we probably should have also just not had these periods of times where they're getting less than they were before. I think that's not ideal, and
I agree 100%.
We could have done better on that. We really believe that this kind of daily trade thing would work, and like we put them in there. Like you get 100 medals, X number of days, and that can be just the way we do it. Then the test said, hey, that's actually not the way to do it. So we'll do better on that for sure.
Interesting.
Yeah, I think it was definitely not good to just not have the medals there at all.
Why that could be, right? Because
for sure.
Well, it would seem obvious, but like I guess they have to go into the trader shop.
Yeah.
But you would think that would be good actually for like returning retention.
You know what helps me get my brain uncooked?
To get the free medals out of
Making the August season.
I think the reason actually is just that it's just not surfaced well enough. I think we did like some sort of like login calendar that is much more surfaced well.
Yeah.
So the hypothesis doesn't die there. I think it's an evolution of it. It's like it's just not clear enough.
Similar to your like battle thing you were saying before with the meteorites, and like maybe there's something there, but just the wrong angle of doing it.
Exactly.
Okay, interesting. I mean, moving on to other events then, like I have mainly questions regarding those. Summer Jam will be underway by the time this releases. I guess there's not too much to say on it other than it came back slightly different this year than last year with kind of like scaling of the effectiveness across town halls.
Yeah.
Do you want to touch on anything about your reasoning of Summer Jam? I mean, it sounds like it's something we can expect year on year at this point, so long as metrics are good.
Yeah, like so the whole purpose of Summer Jam was that we do see kind of a seasonal kind of dip in the middle of the year around summer. And last year we were like, okay, let's see if we can kind of prevent that from happening, while at the same time like offering kind of a unique progression experience that's differentiated somewhat from Hammer Jam. And so that's why we had this kind of like sequenced kind of discounting effect. And another side kind of goal of that as well is that the good thing about this sequence is that it kind of focuses on breadth of upgrading, not just kind of like straight path. And the breadth of upgrading kind of allows you to survive upgrading more. Like if you're upgrading all your troops, if you're upgrading like your elixir collector, stuff that you might be on the top of your list, then it means that as you progress, you're actually more able to survive up there because your troops are more powerful, you're getting more kind of resources from these things. So these were some of the kind of like thought process behind it. And so there's no reason not to bring it back. And it's slightly different. There is a scaling element to it where 17 and 18 have 25% like they did last year.
Yeah.
And we just have a higher discount for players in the mid game because we believe that there's more room down there to give players progression, while in the end game, like, they're still going to get hammer jam, and hammer jam is still going to be like 50% for all. We're not going to change that. But the reason why we have this kind of slight difference right now is because there's some time left before hammer jam and the new content. So while we see there's more room for discounting in like the town hall 3 or the mid town halls, we don't see as much of a need in the higher town halls. And plus, in absolute terms, there actually isn't much difference. The timers are lower down in the lower town halls, so 40% in absolute terms isn't actually necessarily more than the top town halls.
Yeah, I was going to say that I think I'm glad it doesn't take away and we get less than last year, because like the 25% is nice and things, but are you going to just keep cutting cost and time of upgrades so they're like trivial? I think we said previously, right, was last year, maybe the wording you used of like, or I think it might have been Seth I was interviewing on that, like, because right now one of your only options to like catch the lower town halls up to like the higher town halls is cut cost and time. And they're getting slashed like year on year and even like multiple times a year, that you can get to the stage where it's like too quick. So I guess this is another way of slashing the cost and times without it being trivial. So I can understand the...
Yeah, it's another way, and it's like, instead of like potentially these sort of like passive cuts that we still will see a need for, having these sort of like more explicit cost cuts, or kind of, we can make more eventfulness out of it, and there's more kind of talkability around the game, and it's more kind of in your face as well. So I think this could be a good approach to this sort of cost cutting. But the passive cuts will still be a part of it, because it's, we're adding more and more town halls. We need to control the progression somewhat. But like ultimately, and this is kind of, more on the economy side, less on the event side, like, it's just all about the progression experience. Like, if we or is it whether it's too fast or too slow, it depends on how players are enjoying their kind of the progression along the way. That's like the main thing we focus on. Because like, hey, if someone is like, can get to town hall 15 super quick, but their survival rate is low, like they churn out quicker, it's like, well, they got there too quick, and that's not good either.
Yeah, because you do need that learning experience as well with things.
And one other thing in Summer Jam, another slight change, is for the Dark Elixir period, we'll also have the Unlimited Hero event.
Oh, yes.
Some feedback last year, and kind of an obvious point in hindsight, was that, hey, if we're pushing people to like upgrade Dark Elixir things, and the Dark Elixir things are like heroes, and they don't have to use the heroes, it's like, okay, maybe we could have done better there. So that's why Unlimited Hero will be there as well.
Yeah, that's definitely a welcomed change, and I think it's great whenever we can get that in the different events. What I was going to say is, obviously, after Summer Jam, we'll have, like, moving towards August, Clashversary. Yeah. I know I asked you about Clashversary last year. You were very hyped about the Clashrama side of things.
Why didn't you guys like it? Apparently it wasn't the most popular.
This is the most bro, I'm telling you, this is the most interesting one, guys, I feel like. That's probably what my brain is getting fried. I'm getting all this information that I've wanted. Guys, this is like what I'm more interested in, not gonna lie. Like, my brain is getting so cooked because I'm trying to like fully digest all this info. My brain is like the most cooked on this podcast. I don't know why, bro. But like, my brain is like feeling overloaded, bro, with information. This is the hot topic.
Yeah. I know I asked you about Clashversary last year. You were very hyped about the Clashrama side of things.
Why didn't you guys like it? Apparently it wasn't the most popular Clashversary. I thought it was an awesome Clashversary. But
I think for me, and I think a lot of players had the sentiment, I think the theme was actually pretty cool, and I think people do like the Clashrama. For me, the main thing was that it was just bringing back stuff we'd had before, and it didn't feel novel enough, and it just wasn't. There
was no new event troops, dude. You disagree with what Jeremy said was about getting... Yeah, like, it's not even about getting there quickly. It's just like, if you know what you're doing, it's fine. But, like, it is a real occurrence, though. People fail and then they don't want to play.
And as interesting is what I had...
Bro, I'm telling you, bro. I'm telling you guys, I really feel like... Guys, we talk about event troops. Like, not having new event troops in over a year, guys, I'm telling you, it's such a miss, bro. The casual player base... in general, they like event troops. I'm telling you, I really feel like they do, bro. Because then why do people care about the match troop events then? If people don't care about event troops, like obviously battle mode, yeah, doesn't like matter as much, but no new event troops for a year. Like for Christmas or for anniversary last year, it was just like reusing the old event troops. Like, bro, I'm telling you, it's such a miss, guys. I really feel like it is.
Now, granted,
like the novelty part, like having like specific Colossurama event troops would have been crazy.
rewards were good as well, as you had
got
said.
your scenery.
You got the rewards part right. So yeah, I don't want you to like feel like you have to overcommit this year if you have something lined up cool, but are you able to share anything about this year's Clashversary based on learnings of last year?
Yeah, well, maybe two things, and I won't give too much details. There will be like a fresh event or like a fresh twist on existing events, so there will be something new there that maybe we didn't have last time. And a popular, very highly requested troop will be making appearances as well. That's all I can say.
Oh.
Yeah, we'd have to wait and see.
Interesting.
Maybe before we move off, just like one maybe note on events generally, and maybe how we think about events. The general strategy and how we approach events can be broken down to like 3 buckets. Number 1, we want to always have a reason for you to come back to the game and log in, but the nuance to that, because there's a nuance to each one of these kind of points. The flip side is that we can't overdo it. We can't like push grind too much. We can't have too much FOMO. So that's a balance we're trying to get right. And that's why stuff like the resource boosting events or army ejection events are great, because like it's a good reason to come back. They're fun, but if you miss them, you're not like really damaging your long-term progression in the
Super
game.
Imami
So that's like
event
one
troop.
bucket. Number 2 is novelty of events. We really want like to make events more novel and feel fresh. And that's something we have not been doing a good job of recently, but that will be changing. And that's probably one of our bigger focuses. Novelty in events is very important. So
Thank God, bro. But guys, here's the thing, bro. I don't want to say this. I don't want this to come off as wrong, guys. Please don't. Hopefully this doesn't come off as wrong, bro. Antique laser mode activated. All I'm gonna say is talk is cheap. Talk is cheap, Captain. I don't want to say I believe it when I see it, but hey. Guys, you guys know the last few months, bro, I've been talking all about events, medal events, event troops. I have been saying this so much, bro. But we'll see, man. We'll see, bro. You know, because I really want to know, man. I want to know. More than a lot of people do.
we want to like make sure that's a thing going forward.
I want to see, man.
There is that you can
We'll have
maybe
to see,
add
bro.
too
We'll
much
have to see.
complexity to things. And
I won't get
finally,
excited
I touched on
yet,
this
bro.
earlier about having like a more targeted calendar of events, because we have such a wide base of players. So having
Flip
a
this.
blanket event approach to everyone is
I'm
not
just
gonna
being
be
real,
great.
dude.
So like having life cycle events can be good, and having more events that are targeted depending on what your need is at any point in time is important. But the flip side to that, of course, and particularly for endgame players, is that they kind of feel left out. They're like, hey, I got here, and why am I being left out of this event? And that's where like kind of more prestige-related cosmetic rewards can come in. So that's how I would kind of view events in those kind of like 3.
Interesting, because I was going to ask actually, and you kind of answered it there for me about the interview that Sabrina did where she talked about events, and that did kind of confuse me, but I guess it kind of makes sense, where she said you want to have a full calendar of events, almost overlapping events, and you don't want them to be grindy where people feel like they've missed the event and that's it, they're even further behind, but you want them to be impactful.
Yeah.
And I was struggling to understand that in a way, because I was thinking if it is impactful, well then the rewards need to be good. The rewards can't be trash if then it's not impactful.
Right.
By that, was she meaning more, by impactful it might be just fun?
Yeah.
And like, so you will still have
Bro, these
events
are the most juiciest questions, bro. I'm telling you. These questions are so juicy that my brain is overloading, because these are all the questions that I just want to know, man.
with good rewards.
Yeah.
But
They're
they
so
maybe
juicy,
won't
dude.
come around as often.
The
or
juice is dripping
Yeah,
off
it's
my
just- we need to
fingers.
manage the cadence. If we think about like all the events we have and events that kind of have rewards that you kind of need to be around for, like a medal event,
Shooter's
for
aggression
example,
sudden infects
and we
army.
think about like what the composition of events looks like there. I think we need to like balance that
Everybody
kind of
freaked out?
smartly. Like, we don't want to have
pillar?
all kind of these like
Yeah,
really
the Clash
heavy
of the Skeletons
FOMO
event was
events. That's
cool.
not good. So it's good to have like kind of more of a balance.
I mean, the Clash vs. Skeletons event was really good for the channel, bro. That was like my best month.
And by having the balance, we can
I
actually have
agree.
this like really eventful calendar, a reason for you to come back every day.
But
if you
definitely
don't come
could be
back every
improved,
day,
you know?
That's also fine. And you don't feel burnt out or it's a grind. So like that's kind of what we're trying to strike, and the balance we're trying to hit.
Okay. I guess that makes more sense from the like experience side of things rather than just like my hat was on strictly like progression in terms of rewards from events, and I'm thinking impactful but not that big of a deal if you miss, but makes sense when you're talking about experience then. So before we get to any of the global chat questions that I had, we did have a couple of like smaller questions, I would say.
Welcome
but
back.
there was
Thanks,
quite
Doran.
a few on like legendary sceneries because when they first released some time ago now, it feels like
they're asking all the questions I like.
you had mentioned maybe 3 per year was like the maximum cadence, but we've actually only seen 2 since that time.
Yeah.
So did legendaries not perform as well
Man,
as
there are all these
you
questions.
expected? We're obviously seeing a lot more XL sceneries now. In fact, the last XL scenery, you could zoom right the way out almost like a legendary. What's the, can we expect any more legendary sceneries, or is it more that we're going this XL route?
Oh, what is he gonna say? What is he gonna say? I really want to know.
Yeah, we can definitely expect more. That was the plan before. We do one every quarter, every 4 months or whatever. And the reason we haven't is, very honestly, the artists that are working on it, they're like, it's just not quite legendary enough. They want to make it more legendary.
Right.
And to make it more legendary requires like more dev time. And so that's the reason we haven't seen it yet. It's not quite legendary enough.
Oh, okay.
Really? So they're still making legendary sceneries. So really, but it's been like over a year and a half though. So does that mean we're gonna get one this year? Is he gonna ask that? Please ask that.
Yeah.
Interesting. So we can expect more, but does that mean then moving forward they would be at a lot less frequency than what you had first suggested?
Yeah, let's see what the cadence is like. It depends on how it's received by the players. With any cadence for anything, like you can have a plan. But
Please ask if there's one coming this year.
depending on how it's received, that plan always changes. So let's see, but the price point is pretty high for these things. So we want to make sure that it really is legendary. I
was saying that. I had to make sure it's really, really worth the money.
The artist's decision. They were like, it's not quite legendary enough for us, and we wanted to make it more so. So
that's good news.
And that's of course, like we're selling it at quite a high price, and the quality needs to reflect that. So
in the interim, the XL series are more what we can expect. Short term.
Yeah, and I think we probably should get back to like the more regular sizes as well. I think maybe we'll.
Oh, really?
We'll have more of a
mix.
A mix in the future, yeah.
Interesting, bro. This is really interesting information. I'm really scratching my head here a little bit.
The other question was more the exclusive skin that we had with the Shadow Samurai skin.
Interesting.
Whether that is something we can expect more of. Recolors of skins, was that successful? Some people asked like, why was it limited time? I think the answer to that is fairly obvious in terms of like the exclusivity.
Yeah, I can explain. So the Shadow Samurai was like crazily successful. Like it was like really positive results. But like if you think about cosmetics generally, and the reason people buy, like what value do they get out of cosmetics? Why do you want to have cosmetics? And there's a few different reasons. Like I have a BK skin already. Why do I buy the next BK skin? And maybe the next BK skin has some additional feature that this one doesn't have. So you're like, okay, that's a good reason to buy it. Or maybe from a subjective perspective, you like the theme of that better, and that's another reason. Or maybe you're a collector and like you mightn't even use this new skin, but I want to complete my collection, so I'll get it. But another value of cosmetics that we haven't really tapped into much is exclusivity. In fact, when it comes to skins and scenery, we go the exact opposite direction. Everything goes back into the game after a year. There's not really exclusivity. We're not kind of leaning into that kind of value proposition that cosmetics can have. So the Shadow Samurai was like, let's see if players are interested in exclusivity. And the results were pretty resounding, yes. That's not to say that it's going to be exclusive skins and sceneries from here on out. Like anything, you know, there's a novelty effect. We need to think kind of smartly of how this can fit into our distribution strategy when it comes to skins. But the results for that were very positive, and you'll definitely see more of it going forward. But we won't overdo it either.
Well, that's good to hear. I personally...
Interesting, dude. Really interesting, to be honest with you. I'm getting a lot of juicy information. Bro, this is so juicy, man. Exodus killed all of the sceneries? Like, kill them in what way? Like, they're not worth getting, or what? What do you mean by that? I think regular size will sit well anymore. Even for a lesser price, you think so? I'm kind of thinking the same way though, but it would be cheaper though. What's that, Braven? Have some info, but no spoilers. Yeah, no leaky.
I liked it. I do think that the way
I think next season could be cool.
you did it, I think was
sure.
was very cool as well, because if I'm not misremembering here, I think Brawl Stars had skins and then they ended up bringing some of them back because the community was so upset that they missed out on these skins that they couldn't get.
Yeah.
So more the fact that if you really like that, like you said, the theme of that skin, yeah, you can't get the exclusive Shadow version because that was exclusive. But if the theme is something you really like, then you can get the regular like samurai one. So it's not like you're making this crazy skin that is so good and then like if you miss it, you miss it. That's it. Like if you really like the theme of it, you've still got another option there. So I do quite like how it was distributed in that regard. One thing that I found interesting in terms of questions was someone asked about custom loading screens. And when I saw that, I was thinking, wow, that's actually really cool. Because like you change the theme of the loading screen all of the time, but what if the player could actually choose that as well and have a custom screen that and maybe they could just flick that on random like.
But like technically that'd be hard though, right?
Yeah, it's a great idea. As I said, like we're always looking for new reward types, specifically cosmetics. Touching back on like the kind of three-pronged strategy.
Like technically that'd be tough though, no?
It's easier to have always on events.
That'd be cool though.
Stuff we give away are not like completely compulsory, so like cosmetics lead into that. And it's easier to like have a more targeted event calendar when you can give stuff like cosmetics to players in the end game so they're not being missing on a progression of the players getting in the journey. So we're always looking for different new cosmetic types, and the loading screen is a great suggestion for sure, and it's something we do see in other games. Like anything, one of the things that stops us or makes it more difficult is like how do people manage their storage of these things? Like so we need a special place in the UI, especially like an inventory spot in the UI. But yeah, it's a great suggestion, and we have such a backlog of loading screens now, so like it would be such a straightforward thing on the content side for us to do, where like, hey, here are all the loading screens from the past. Maybe like you get them as a prestige reward if you're in the end game during something like a summer jam where the other people are getting like higher discounts, but you're happy because you're getting like a loading screen that no one else is.
Yeah, and you could get them as part of events to say you were there during that event as well, right? Because they do tend to be tailored around like the theme that month and stuff like that. So that could be really cool if you could access them, you know, free to play as well. But I do think, I mean, the point on cosmetics, the more you are able to monetize through cosmetics, the better essentially to keep the game as free to play plenty as possible. So I do think the cosmetic thing is clearly something that people are a fan of to try and help the gameplay experience. And that's why I was a fan of the Shadow Samurai, because I think people weren't missing out. It was helping to monetize through cosmetics, and I think the more you lean into that the better essentially.
Yeah, I think maybe the one point that I would have potentially against loading screens is that some value of cosmetics are from the fact that other people see
Very
cosmetic. But having said that, there are solutions. Like we can have it such a way that you have your inventory and other people can view your inventory so they can see, oh, he has that loading screen. So there are ways around it for sure.
There is something here that I had written down that you picked up on.
I need to pause again, bro. No lie, I'm getting melted. How money you can make them? Ask them to make your own skin. Need to pay nice money for that. I know people that have their own skin. Really? What do you mean, like own skin on game though? Make the normal size scenery good. I don't think it's gonna sell a lot if they're XLs that are a bit expensive and way better. But what about the cyber scenery though?
Of bringing back skins.
Imagine if that was an XL.
Sceneries. Why does it take a year for them to come back? The skins are actually getting so much better that by the time some of them come back, they're nowhere near as good as the recent ones. And if you do buy a particular amount of a set, you have to wait extremely long before it comes back. Is it to try and maintain like?
It's gonna be because of exclusivity.
Some level of arbitrary exclusiveness. Have you thought about changing that as to like when they come back?
I guess the first question is like why not just sell a skin and just not have it leave the game at all? Just like after it's in like the main shop at the end of the season, it goes into the cosmetic tab. And I guess the answer to that would be then we would see our kind of the performance of skins in the limited time window go down quite a lot, I would assume, if we did that extreme case. And so kind of building on top of that example, you could argue that 1 year maybe is better than 6 months in terms of like the performance of these cosmetics during the initial kind of limited time window. To be honest, I think why not 6 months a year? It probably doesn't make much of a difference. But I do remember, like, I wasn't around at the time myself, but like when we did introduce the cosmetic tab in the first place, we did see kind of the performance of the limited time stuff go down. And the hypothesis, of course, being that these players now knew that it was going to come back in the future. So it kind of goes back to their exclusivity point we made earlier, and that there is value in exclusivity. And so the 1 year is kind of leading into that. But 6 years, 12 months, I think that there's a much bigger question around the cosmetic tab and how it's like so disorganized, overwhelming. So maybe another solution is, instead of having everything in there once, we have like every week there's like 5.
Just pop the push when you're active, Gavin.
Rotates each week, and
that's what I do.
Maybe every now and then there's a discount on some of those rotations. So it's more of a live, active, better merchandised part of the game versus this like everything in there at once.
I think if you were rotating them, having them at a discounted price would make sense. I think that sounds pretty good, actually. I quite like the mini medal events, picking up those cheaper skins as well. I mean, look, I don't really care whether it's 6 months, 1 year. Like, some people do want to get them back sooner. I think the point is that people know they're coming back, so I don't think it makes much of a difference. It was more posing the question of like, have you looked at the time frame? Is there a specific reason? I don't think it's that big of a deal of like when they come back, to be perfectly honest. CWL.
I'd buy the number press now if I could.
CWL happened as asking you this one. It was kind of like an event, right? It ended up being an event in the sense that it was quickly removed. So we got a little bit of a brief that you didn't see the results you wanted to see. I think there was a lot of excitement from the active community regarding it.
Yeah, that'd be cool. That'd be cool for sure, Raven. That'd be cool for sure.
Are you able to expand on what those results were and why we may not, or why we haven't seen it come back as of yet?
It is a really interesting one, this one.
No info.
So, like, the whole purpose of adding a 5v5 slot was to improve participation rates in CWL. Because there is actually quite a threshold to be able to engage in CWL. You have to be in a clan that has pretty much 15 active members, or 15 members generally. And if you don't, you can't engage. And so the idea of 5v5 allows much more players to get involved in CWL. But what we didn't envisage, maybe we should have, is that a lot of players that were doing 15v15, when 5v5 came along, a lot of players were like, hey, you 10 guys, you're on your own now. We're going down to 5v5, so we have a better chance of winning.
We're putting our best guys in.
So we were like, I was like, where is the loyalty? I thought people around here, they had some loyalty in their clans, but apparently that wasn't the case. But it also makes sense. Like, the game is about optimizing your progression. And if you're in a 5v5 and you have 5 like really good guys, then your chances do go up. So it makes sense. But going forward, the learning there was that there's still value in this, because when we did 5v5, while the overall kind of participation rates did go down, we did see a lot of new clans and re-engaged clans coming back to participate. And that's a real positive signal. So I think going forward, some things we might need to do is, number one, and maybe it can be like an onboarding feature for CWL, where you're first, as a new clan, we give you a 5v5 option to kind of get you going. Or maybe if as a clan you've disengaged from CWL, this can be a way to get you back in. And another kind of maybe bigger change is that maybe we should give players an advantage of being in like bigger kind of war sizes. So 15v15, 30v30, it's actually, you get more of an advantage. Maybe you get some sort of like cosmetic prestige advantage if you're in like a 30v30 and like you're thriving up there, or 15v15 and you're thriving there. And so then if we then brought back a 5v5, that this kind of like situation where players are being thrown to the side, which I still can't get over. I would never do that to my clan. But maybe we won't see as much of this. So these are kind of some of the changes we want to see going forward. Some positive signals, but some tweaking needed.
Yeah, because I also wonder, and I'm not sure how you would necessarily like implement this correctly, but there's definitely would be the novel aspect of it as well, right? Like people wanting to spin for the 5 versus 5 for the first time, and maybe you would see that drop over time once that freshness factor had been decreased. Maybe you would see the 15 versus 15 sizes expanding it. That's hard to know. I guess you leave it in like a longer period of time, but then it's equally harder to like remove at that point and like make adjustments, like you're saying. So it's
that was the reason. Like if we did like the drop off was pretty big. Like it was actually quite a big drop off of people participating.
It wasn't like,
wow, this is a lot more than we expected. And so number one, we didn't want to kind of like prolong that to another month. And number two, if we did another month, it's starting to become a precedent now. So like it probably made sense that we kind of
act fast and then try and adjust. But it's not completely off the table by sounds of it. Then it's a bit like the events before where you're saying there's merit there. You just have to dig deeper as to like how to maybe implement it differently. But we could perhaps expected again in the future.
For sure. I think there's so much untapped potential in CWL. Like we're doing a second one this month. And again, results are really positive. Not to say that we're going to do two.
So this was recorded in last month.
CWLs every month, but there's something there that we need to look into more and do more of with CWL.
Interesting. Magic snacks in the Raid Medal shop. I actually seen that question a bunch of other times, or at least in other places. But the Raid Medal shop seemed to be what people were suggesting the most. Have you considered putting magic snacks elsewhere? Because since they were added to the game, we haven't really seen them expanded much past the chests and like giving them away for free on like the Clash YouTube channel. We recently got a Clan Castle cake, and they haven't really expanded into other areas of the game too much. No, for sure. I think there are, at least within stuff like challenge levels or other parts of the game. The reason we haven't done it is just because it's not supported on the back end, but we should definitely add something like that. Whether we'd add it to like the Raid Mail or the Gem Store, again, probably makes sense to do. No real reason not to. One thing though is that like the Clan Castle cake in particular is just far too OP. So we might have to It is the best one.
It's the best, and the way it's kind of done is that like you could use it for all your ranked attacks, for example, and it kind of removes the need to like engage with your clan or do other things in the game. They're definitely quite OP, and one of the reasons for that is that it was kind of designed before Clash Anytime, and now without Clash Anytime, the snack becomes probably more powerful than we would have anticipated. So while we'll likely still keep that snack around, I think there's likely that we would add like more granular versions of it also. I know people in the team have talked about like Clan Castle slices or cake slices or stuff like that, so like smaller versions of
Bro, this interview, so juicy, man. The amount of information, dude, man. The amount of things I keep hearing that is making me want to pause and be like, A lot of interesting things are being talked about here, guys, to be honest with you. Interesting things to say the least, bro.
The Clan Castle cake could be something we add going forward.
Interesting, man.
And I guess those you could potentially then make more accessible as well.
Interesting things being discussed
if
here.
It wasn't as powerful, but like make them more accessible as well, because the Clan Castle cake is what people love.
But I think adding snacks to other parts of the game, for sure, I think we should do it. The only reason we haven't done it so far is because like technically we don't have the support to do it, but we've talked about it quite a lot to add some stuff to the
Magic Snacks Daily Logger Award.
Good to hear that some of the magic snacks can be like put into
see you later, Raven.
Different aspects of the game.
Good luck with the work, bro.
I think we've covered everything, so let's move to global chat to finish off then. So naturally, new feature, lots of questions about global chat. I guess before I get into any specific questions, like why bring it back after all of this time?
Yeah, that's a great question. So Clash is all about progression, and building and battling to get that progression is like the core of the game. But doing this journey with others is like how we think Clash is best enjoyed. And there's so many people in the game that are essentially playing it by themselves. If we look at the percentage of players that are in clans and they're engaging in clan activities in some way, it's quite a small percentage. So this kind of like vision of how Clash is best enjoyed is actually only being enjoyed by a relatively small percentage of players. And so global chat wasn't brought back because it's like this meme, bring back global chat, or like it's a very highly requested thing. People have this nostalgia over it. The reason it was brought back is that it can allow us to connect players together. The version you're seeing now is like hopefully the very first step of many, where we make it much better than it is. But the ultimate goal is it's a way in which we can connect players in the game, which hopefully can then lead to players enjoying Clash the way it should be, progressing, but with others. And that's how we think Clash is best enjoyed. And we think global chat can be a way to achieve that. And we look at like some of the biggest problems that players say they have in the game, a lack of social interaction is like up there. And we think global chat can be one way in which to help with that problem.
And it was brought back as groups and communities, naturally a question that a lot of people had, which given the first day would be very hectic. Like my 50,000 group community is like, you cannot read a thing half of the time. But naturally a question was like, why can't we have like one huge global chat of like being able to talk in the town Square, for example. I think the answer is fairly obvious, but like, you considered bringing a chat like that, or like one huge everyone just in there, or?
The beauty about global chat, this current version of it, is we can do quite a lot. We can do that, and maybe we will do that. We have talked about like putting groups of players into like groups, like kind of like auto groups, we've called them.
Oh, interesting.
And these auto groups can have some context where it's like everyone in CWL, they're in this group together, or everyone in like a league, a ranked league or a legend league, or just like a league 29, you're all automatically for the week put into like a group chat. Or it can just be random, like you just, hey, let's just take 100 people, put them in a group chat together.
That's literally what the whole global chat is, this guy.
Re-engage player.
That's literally the whole global chat.
Auto group them through group chat. These are definitely things that we'll likely do going forward. As I said, like the current version you see now, I hope at least is like the tip of the iceberg. I think there's a lot more we can and should do to like execute on that ultimate vision of like connecting people. Because at the moment we are doing that. The feature does do that. It does make finding clans a bit easier.
That's just old global, dude.
But it connects people in a way like, it connects people that are interested in chatting to others in a mobile game, which is probably like not a massive group. So we want to build on top of that and use as a foundation to connect people in other ways. So like maybe connect them into a battle in some way, or add more value to like being in a group in the first place, like having like more eventfulness there. Like every now and then we throw chests in a group chat, or you can donate and request troops in a group chat, or maybe we have events that kind of tie into it. There's so much more.
Easiest way to join a Climber League.
Purpose of it is to connect players.
Maybe global chat.
And that's ultimately what we want to achieve.
Oh, we have clans. I have clans.
Wow, auto group sounds very interesting.
What kind of heroes are coming?
So
We don't know.
not actually ruling out just one huge chat.
Trash like your ranked opponents.
Again, as you said, like
you got to monitor
nice,
the like impact of like right now. It's very, everyone's so excited to be back in global chat and like chatting. Like volume of it is just it's overwhelming.
Exactly, and it was actually when we released, like the release was really exciting, and we were looking at your group specifically. We were like, okay, like we can't even read the text here. We're like, okay, what are we going to do? And the beauty of the tech actually here is that we can make changes quite quickly. So straight away we can like, okay, let's introduce this rule that like every 5 minutes there can only be a certain amount of like text to kind of slow that down. And there's loads of stuff we can do, and we have done like pretty quick. Like a lot of changes that we do in the game require an optional maintenance and update. And that is still also relevant for a global chat, but there's also quite a lot we can do, in the back end and push it straight away. Like for example, one of the creators was saying, hey, I'm in difficulty controlling the community. What would help is like if the admins could ban more people in a day than they currently can. So we just said, we've increased it like 1,000. So now each admin can ban 1,000 people every day, and that will hopefully help.
Get the ban hammer out.
Hopefully help that creator to like control kind of his group more. So like
well, that's good to hear, yeah. And picking up on your point of like donating troops, and I think
it won't be for a discount, but you can get double points on the store though.
There are players that struggle to be in a clan with more active players, and like their clanmates aren't online as much, right? Like, and then you're stuck waiting for troops. Maybe you can't get those high level troops. Groups, it's way more accessible and way more likely that someone would be online to donate you those troops. So I think that would be such a good feature for a lot of people. Then obviously like friendly challenging, anything like that would be pretty cool as well. But I think the troop donation is a big one. That could help a lot of players.
Yeah, there's a lot of stuff we want to do. Like, of course, moderation is a big one. That's something that we do have great tools on now to like kind of improve the moderation. Like it's probably not unexpected that, we release this big social feature. You see kind of a lot of bad actors out there, but we are like tuning the filtering, the moderation. We are like keeping an eye on this, and we hope over time that will kind of like flush all of that out. So that's kind of one of our main focuses.
If the filtering gets better, I'll be down to open global chat more on stream, but I'm scared to open it on stream when I'm live on Twitch. Specifically.
Focus on discoverability. We want to make discovering groups and the right group more easy. There's some kind of spamminess we want to focus on, and there's a lot of little things we can do. Like maybe you can only do like each player can only do like one sticker every 5 minutes or something like that. That will kind of help with the spamminess. Also, as I said, like adding more value to being in a group is another thing, and also like trying to connect players in battling in some way. Like for example, CWL is one of the best experiences you can have in the game, but in terms of like the whole multi-active user base of Clash.
And for the
or
mismatches,
small
Kappa.
where players get to enjoy it. But global chat can be a way that they can also get in on it. Like we could have maybe there's a
Kappa.
chat group where you could kind of like find someone to like attack against in some sort of like CWL style competition. And that can be a way to kind of get past that threshold of not being an active clan, but still getting to experience that really cool side of Clash and maybe being the kind of like the stepping stone to then getting there eventually. So I'm personally really excited about what can come from global chat. And as I said, what you're seeing now is like, I hope is like the tip of the iceberg and more is to come. And we really want to hear feedback from the players of what they would like to see. And that'll be very useful for us going forward. And
Well, I got a couple of things here for you then.
Yeah.
Not too many, to be honest, because I think a lot of the feedback was like very, very similar. Moderation is like the big one. I'm glad to hear that that is like the primary focus for you as well.
Legendary
for me
views,
as a
what does that
creator
even
side, I've
mean?
already like discussed this with you, right? But like impersonation is the biggest thing for
One of
me.
the new
That's why I
event
only
sneak
created
peeks?
one group chat so
Soon,
that
bro.
everyone knew like this is my official chat. I only have one.
So Judo slot number 3 is not you.
Not the group chat, one group chat. But yes, that is like clearly important to like creators, but the moderation in general is just a big thing. And one highly requested feature is just actually manually being able to set a slow mode, right? So that we can control what is appropriate for whatever group or community it is.
Yeah.
So I mean, when I asked for questions, that was like, when it comes to features of global chat, that was the biggest one, alongside people discussing probably more the nostalgia of like one big massive global chat.
Yeah. Slow-mo makes sense. Our approach is like, maybe we'll
that
introduce it at some
200
stage.
gems are banning.
We're wondering though how much of what we're seeing now in the feedback is very much like this early stuff in terms of like this really quick chat, and we've already done some changes to make it not so quick, and after this like initial mega hype dies down, maybe it won't be an issue, but if it needs to be an issue, it makes sense to have it in the game.
I don't know if it's
I
that
think
crazy
it
of
might
an
not
issue
be an
anymore,
for
but
some groups, but I think other communities would naturally like benefit from it. So if it's there as an option, it would only be a positive in my view, and not a negative. But obviously you have to look at things very carefully. Another common question was like a reply feature, so that you can like reply specifically to someone, especially when the chat is moving so fast. Maybe that is another thing that will die down. And also like an auto translate feature is something that was heavily requested in the questions.
The auto translate one for sure is something we've talked about in the team, and the kind of the threads or like replying to specific messages also like makes a lot of sense. Kind of helps with the spamminess, but it can maybe make the experience better. So something we'll definitely keep in mind.
I guess you probably had to limit or not limit, but you probably had an idea of like, let's release it now, and like you only have a certain amount of time to get it ready. Like I'm sure you probably would have added those things anyway had you have had more time or something, right? Or it's like, do we just give it to the players now as version 1 and improve it, or do we wait even longer, give them a better version, but then they're missing out on a couple of months of experience of it?
And also the better version is actually not super clear. Like when we were,
that's true.
We did have this we did set this deadline in mind, and I think it was super, not just getting to the development side of things, but I think it was super useful for us because it really meant we like cut out we really focused on the most important stuff. Like we spend a lot of time, for example, focusing on like
new accounts, for real,
notification systems, and like
I think so too. Like minimum level or minimum town hall, maybe
notifications, apart from like mentioning
to make it more annoying.
So
like,
if we had
harder
like,
to get,
we might have focused on that thing that no one cared about. So I think there's definitely value to getting things out, as long as it's like a standard that we're happy with, which we are happy with global chat. I think it's better to get stuff out kind of early and just get the feedback, because the things that we think
just
people
the filter
want,
needs to be
and
improved
spend that
too,
extra 2 months before releasing.
In general, honestly,
people might not care about it all. So for example, like now, like this kind of the feature where adding more value to being in groups, maybe like having the option to like donate and request, that's probably something we wouldn't have done in that 2 months. But now that we've heard feedback from the players, it's potentially one of the top things that players want and something we would consider. So that's kind of like some of the approach I think is kind of good, to have these deadlines and get it out and get the feedback early.
Definitely. I think the other main thing that was asked was about the emotes and the stickers. Naturally, I would imagine there is more in the future. Do you have like, I guess, a cadence of that in mind? And a lot of people are asking like, will you be selling emotes or stickers? Are you able to share much of a roadmap of that sort of stuff? For sure, it's more of a when, not if, we'll do emotes like in the game more holistically. Like at the moment, the stickers, emotes are like in the chat, but I think there's more we can do with that, and it has been discussed in the team, and I'm sure we'll get to it at some stage. But in the context of global chat specifically, like the thinking was that maybe every
season or every month. Like at the moment, there's like these football emotes, like we remove those and put in different emotes that are more seasonally on brand.
Oh, okay.
So these are some of the ideas right now to kind of make the game feel a bit more, kind of make global chat feel a bit more eventful. And then going forward, we want to do more with emotes, I think, and I think we will. And then when we do more, it'll probably make more sense to like sell them and give them out as events. So for sure, you'll see that down the line. When, I can't say, I don't know for sure, but I'm sure you'll see emotes more in the game down the line.
Oh, interesting. So in the interim, it'll probably be like they'll rotate, actually. It's not just like one big ever-evolving category of...
Yeah. Because also, like, from a user experience perspective, it'll get messy if there's, like, lots of, like, a thing you have to, like, kind of scroll down.
Yeah, very true.
And I think it just makes it more exciting as well. Like, oh, this is just there for this month. Like, let's make... It's kind of more fresh and different. So I think we like that thing as well.
Yeah, I mean, I would agree. I'd never thought of it like that. I do think, obviously, if you go on to like selling them, so you're clearly going to have a bit more management of the UI, and then at that point, maybe you can have like a bit more of an abundance of them to be able to have better management. But yeah, I'd never really thought of it from that regard. Exciting times, though, and I'm like, it is an exciting feature that obviously a lot of people have requested. Majority has been like overwhelmingly positive with it. So. Yeah, I would say congrats on the launch, and it's exciting to hear what you have in mind for it as well.
Yeah, absolutely. We hope we can bring more players together in the game, because like we obviously a lot of the negative stuff gets kind of posted more and shared more, but there's so much like wholesome moments you see in these chats. Like I was in a chat where people were like just like complimenting each other's like deco collection, like, oh dude, that's a great deco collection you have there.
Yeah, that's true.
Or, like,
negativity does get pushed out more.
I was in this chat where someone was giving advice about like how you could do well in your job interview tomorrow. It was so wholesome to see that. It really put a smile on my face when I did. Of course, there's the other side, which is very unfortunate. But I hope over time we see less of that other side and more of the wholesome side, and then kind of make the game better overall.
For sure.
Well,
obviously, I want to be thankful of your time and just give you the opportunity if there was anything else you wanted to...
Bro, my brain is fried, Chad. We need a fried counter on the stream.
Say, or anything on events in general that you feel like we'd missed that you wanted to comment on, or if not, we'll just close it out there.
Yeah, I think we covered a lot. Bro. And thanks for having me on again.
Of course,
been great.
Yeah. Well, thank you for your time, David. It's always a pleasure.
Absolutely.
This interview is all about getting as much information as possible. Guardians, moving to Town Hall 19. What is the plan with them?
Well, fortunately, I can tell you exactly the plan because we actually planned this right back when we were making them. The plan.
Oh my God! The next episode's about to be even more juicy, or what? Holy shoot, dude! More Guardians? Why, dude? Why? Oh, I knew there was one more episode, dude.
I can tell you exactly the plan because we actually planned this right back when we were.
Exploding Guardian? What the bomb throwing Guardian? What one-eyed Guardian? Okay, dude. What?
Making them. The plan is for them to...
We're seeing a town hall every 12 months now. Is that the vision you have moving forward then? You just keep adding town halls at that cadence?
Yes, but we always question ourselves. Okay, maybe we should do Town Hall 19, makes sense, but then how about Town Hall 30, Town Hall 40, Town Hall 50? Do we want to still make town halls then?
You build all of these things, you spend so much time designing everything. Where do you come up with concepts for?
Oh my God, this is so juicy. What is that? Greedy Raven. Is that hair? What is that?
Time designing everything. Where do you come up with concepts for troops? Have there been things that you have designed and put into the game and you thought it was going to be used in a particular way and then the community used it totally different? Are there any concepts of troops that has been scrapped that you really liked?
There's so many ideas. I can give you a bunch of examples. Maybe the first one that's coming to mind now is...
Oh, my brain is so cooked, guys. I'll be honest. My brain is so fried. My head actually hurts like really bad. I don't know if it's from this, but do you have a clan for us, Termy? Yeah, I do. What town hall are you, bro? Town hall are you? Tell me your town hall, man. You got like 4 clans. What is a higher play base? Conquer CR? Definitely Clash of Clans, I feel like. A Guardian with a flamethrower? Oh, okay, more splash damage. 20 levels for 4 Guardians, 20 books for Guardians. 18 with 13 defenses. We have a clan for you. We have a clan you could join. I think. Wait, hold on, guys. What do you guys think about this episode? W or L? AB says I'm so sensitive. Hero journey also got AB bugging. Yeah, true. I see right through their corporate baloney speak. This comment section, bro, is funny. Wow. But I'm not surprised, dude. That's so funny, bro. I'm not gonna look at the comment section, bro. The comment section is always more juicier than the video. Wow. Okay, anyways, for the clan, I think it's clan 5. Yeah, you could join this clan probably. What are magic snacks? What did I miss? Magic snacks are like the CC cake and stuff like that. That's what a magic snack is. CC cake, study soup, builder bite. That's what magic snacks are. That'd be episode for sure. When I asked you if it's worth skipping 10 on 14 yesterday. Oh. Yeah, you can join Holy Moly clan. The clan 5. It's active. All the clans are active. Yeah, go to Holy Moly. I'm not buying the response additional medals where they tested daily and the deal was negative. Well, what do you mean? I think it was negative personally. I think it's negative to even make it like claimable. I think it should just always be given, you know? I think when they say it was negative, I think it was negative in a sense of like they should just keep it in the middle event, you know? Instead of like trying to move it around maybe, you know? That's like at least what I took from it. You know what I mean? That's at least what I took from it. I'm gonna boost it again here. Go to this account. Go to the chair. Shall I buy that? For gems or for raid medals? Better know what we need to max out. 10 on 19 in day 1 or 2. Maybe we'll get some 10 on 19 information, bro. Maybe we'll get some info. Who knows? Guys, my brain is fried though. Like super fried after that. I don't know why. Raid medals? How much did it be to like? It would have to be expensive because otherwise, like people are already using raid medals for their army. But like it had to be very expensive in order to make sense for them to put it. Maybe I don't know. I kind of wanted. Okay, I need to loot up a little bit here actually, because my stuff is currently not being used. Okay. All right, let's loot up a little bit. Buy it for max 250. I think they'd probably release it. In my opinion, they'd probably release it for like between 300 and 500 medals. I feel like that'd be fair. There's no way they'd make it cost less than like a bundle of like glowy ore, you know? I would say it's even worth more. I could see them pricing it around that point, to be fair. That would be like half your medals, but you can also complete all your ranked attacks, which is like priceless, you know? And grind whatever medal or grind whatever event's happening for that week. How about me? 10 on 18, 80% max. Which clan should I join? Code term me. You can join this clan if you really want. This is the clan for you. Wait, did it paste? Yeah, there you go. When will the new skins and events be shown? Hopefully soon, man. Hopefully very soon. I hope. I mean, the new season starts in literally like 3 days, so yeah, very soon. Bro, what is the queen doing? She could just walk around. Holy queen. Dude, honestly, I feel like, if you guys want to be honest, I feel like this year, these episodes have been, like, I feel like these are like way better than last year's. Maybe that's just me. Because, like, I don't know, some of you guys are saying that he's like, I don't know, grilling. But guys, is that bad that I kind of like that? Guys, am I the one in the wrong who likes that? I don't know, man. I feel like these questions being asked are like super juicy, bro. So I'm kind of liking it, you know? I'm kind of liking it personally, dude. I'm gonna keep it real with you. Me personally, I'm actually liking these questions a lot. Like, I feel like these are way, like you're really good. Oh. Oops. I wanted to claim the rune. Or no, maybe I claimed the rune actually. That's actually fine. Do that here. That's fine. Hello, beautiful. Hello, bro. The episodes are getting juicier. Yeah, for real. I think they are, man. That last one though really did cook me.
Son, where'd you find this?
Like the last one, genuinely, I feel like really.
I
cooked
saw
me,
you
bro.
on Cox ACC.
Oh, did you? Yo, W0, bro. 38 months. Wait, which vid did you see me? There was like a bunch of vids. They posted like a bunch of vids of me, dude. Holy. Turn me global. W0 with a 38 months, bro. Insane streak. 37 streak, 38 months, bro. Yeah, it was fun being posted that many times. I felt like a superstar. If you are what you say. Saw them all. First one caught me off guard. Nice, bro. Yeah, that was me, dude. That was Termy. I was there. I actually just got back like 2 days ago from San Diego. And San Diego feels like a dream now, guys. I'm not gonna lie, bro. I low-key can't even believe it happened. That's the sad part about memories, dude. Now it's nothing but a memory. I feel like every time I come back from these trips, guys, sometimes I feel like I didn't enjoy it enough, you know? Like, I feel like I didn't cherish it enough. But then I feel like I did, you know? Like, I think to myself, like, did I really enjoy it? Like, not did I really enjoy it? Did I really, appreciate the moment, you know? I feel like I did. I really feel like I did. I didn't even stream that long when I was there either. Like, 1 hour a day, here and there. Like, man. Tell me that you have a beach bod. My bad, dude, my bad. I should have told you, bro. My bad, though. Yeah, it was a good time, for sure. Am I gonna be able to hit this dark elixir? Okay, I'm just gonna surrender. I'm just going for stars here. I need to go for like 2 stars. Oh, wait, do I have E-Drags actually? I could probably go for 3 stars here. If you are what you... I should probably take out the minions. Can have no fear. The camera's here and the microphone, and they wanna show. Oh, oh, oh. Holy man. Well, this is going well.
You Termy, how about a little bribe in exchange for a sneak peek for the next month's theme?
How about if I say yes? Alright, 100 gifted, Kappa. What happens if someone gives me 100 gifted and I don't give the sneak peek, though? Bait and switch, dude. Bait and switch. Easy 100 gifted, dude. Holy.
Now go sub to my Twitch before I bend you over.
Holy Jira! Yo, Jira, thank you for the 500 bits, bro. Holy. Yo, Jira, are you streaming again or what? Wado. Thank you for the 500 bits, bro. Holy moly. Scaminator. Hey, bro. Game is game, dude. As they say. 4 days a week? Oh, do you? Holy. I didn't notice. Do you actually? Are you streaming Clash or something else, though? Holy, dude. Hell turn me or what? Well, to be fair, I'm not really, like, on Twitch that much, but I didn't know. Can I rejoin Code Tournament for Climber League? Yes. Wait. What was your... I honestly forgot your in-game name, by the way. What was your in-game name? That's what I want to know. They can pay and then give them the sneaky whenever SC allows you to post. Free money cheat? Yeah, true. You didn't say when. I've been Clash in the Fat Men, been streaming Overwatch. Oh, okay. I see. So how you been liking it? How have you been enjoying Overwatch, dude? I didn't even know. That's crazy. I haven't played Overwatch before. I played Marvel Rivals though, but not Overwatch though. Leaks Clan League will start August 1st. Oh, why are you leaking, dude? Oh my god. Leaker. Well, actually that's already in game, so leaker. I'd be such a good scammer, Kappa. True though. You really would though, dude, for sure. Oh. Da. If you are what you say you are. This contract talk is from my brain. Yeah, I'm feeling fried though, Chad. I'm not gonna lie. I'm feeling uber fried right now. Nigga, sure will you quote the guy in Judo's interview saying there'll be a second Climber League this month? And then say second Climber League in August? Dude, that's crazy. But that's like clickbaiting though. That's like known clickbaiting. That's not clip farming though. So yeah. Oh baby. Jupog. Oh yeah. Join back. I remember you. Hey, join back, dude. Leaving so much money on the table. Yeah, I gotta become a clickbaiter instead of a clip farmer, dude. I don't think that would go over well with Supercell, dude. I don't think they would like that if I did that. Came from Rivals. Because you know so much the community is horrendous. One game off of getting diamond, it went downhill from there, especially because I'm a tank main. Yeah, dude, I actually enjoyed Marvel Rivals too, but the teammates that I was getting, for real though. Yeah, there's a lot of toxic people in that game too. I agree. And you have to play as a team in that game. Report that show for misinformation. Why though? Well, technically though, they said it in the interview though. I'm just saying though. Technically speaking, dude. No team players at all. Lol, yeah, dude. You gotta play with people you know. That's a fact. Should I get back into Clash? That's a good question, dude. Well, Summer Jam is happening currently. Maybe next month can be peak because it's the anniversary month. Maybe. And maybe you can play it and see what happens, bro. Maybe you'll like it. Why not? Download it again, bro. If you haven't downloaded it, it's free. Are the Chinese servers having 2 Climber Leagues each season recently, like consistently, or what? Scenery is sick. Yeah, well, you like it? It just came out last month, by the way. The Anime Fury scenery. Yeah, I'm glad I bought it. Like, I bought it like 3 times on 3 different accounts, bro. This account's almost maxed, man. I'm gonna feel so happy when it's maxed. I'm gonna have a max 17, a max 13. My 15 is almost maxed. I'm going crazy on Summer Jam, guys. When is this one gonna hit the store again? It's gonna hit the store again in 11 months. Next July. What would you want the color scheme for 10 or 19 to be? Red would be cool again. Like a lava theme. Yeah, lava would maybe be cool. How much to catch him was the new 17 when I was last streamed. Damn, dude. Well, no time to start like now, Kappa. I heard it's gonna be fossil themed. Yeah, people saying that are funny, bro. Because they saw what, bro. I don't even know how. Guys, this is level of clickbaiting that I can't even get into. Been for 2-3 months. Next season will be the same. That's crazy. Guys, like the level of clickbaiting is actually crazy that people are doing. I'm gonna be honest, bro. Like, I don't know how the hell this like rumor or whatever started. People saw one dinosaur in a loading screen. They started saying that Town 19 was gonna be a dinosaur thing. Like, guys, this level of clickbaiting is so outrageous. At this point, I'm just gonna call it clickbaiting, bro, because it is. Like, it's not even clip farming, guys. It really is, bro. And then it just went like wild, like spread like wild, like no based on anything. Like, it's insane. That's literally the definition of clickbaiting, bro. I don't know. Then again, I don't know, man. I don't know how it's spread so far, but maybe it is, man. It'll be a dinosaur theme. I don't know where this is coming from, bro. I want to spend wearing code terming since you have 5 accounts, so I don't know which one you want to use. Well, I have like a lot of my accounts opted out though. Why do you need me to spin it? I mean, I guess we can do it like this. Updated Tunnel 10 sort of vibe. Yeah, I would like that. My streamer right now. Holy man. Why not? The here players not a... Wait, Green Jingo Dinosaur, that scene looks very cool though. Yeah, I've seen that too. It looks pretty cool. For sure. Pokemon Clash is getting better as a no game that so consistently improves. 8 of the gold story deluxe for Tunnel 18. Why? But why, dude? Why? But why though? I do not the worst. That's small and current clan. Alright, that sounds good, man. People are unbelievable. Yeah, I don't know, man. Like a dinosaur theme as a season would be cool, but yeah, to be honest with you guys, like anybody saying that is definitely clip farming, to say the least. Maybe like not calling them clickbaiters, but I mean it's based on literally nothing at all, you know. So literally nothing at all. Well, anyways, man. Posting TikToks, but I'm on Tech Talk. Tech Talk? Holy. So you post your tech there. Really? Interesting, bro. Oh. Well, anyways, man, I think that's all for me, guys, today. It's been real. It's been fun. It's been real fun, bro. But like all good things in life, the stream must come to an end, bro. 3-hour stream. I'm not gonna lie, guys. I'm feeling very fried today. Feeling very, I don't know. Like, I think I was just a little tired before stream. And that interview, bro, really got me. So, yeah, man. Been real fun. Stay tuned if the season teaser comes out. then I'll post it. That's also why I'm trying to end early, because I can anticipate, you know, if it's gonna come out or not. We'll see. But yeah. GG's W stream. Thank you all for watching. Hopefully you have a good night or day. And until then, we out. Peace.